Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dr. S.M. CHIRISA, your business mentor and your pastor. Today is very special to me because this is a day before I turn the age of 44. And over the years, I've been practicing certain principles which have helped me to become what I am today. And more special about today is that I'm going to be launching books that I've written over the years, and I believe that this is the right time to bring them out to the market so that many people can be helped. And the reason why I'm doing this at this particular time is that I was trying the principles that I was writing in these books. I desired to write things that are practical, to write things that are usable, to write things that will work even in an African environment. And this is what we have put and what I have penned and put in the books that I'm launching today. And I believe that whoever is going to read these books who is going to get blessed, is going to get encouraged, is going to get motivated to become better. Because what I desire for you is that you may become the best version of yourself. So quickly, let's go through the books that I've written. The first one, I love this book because it was the first one that I wrote. It's called Wisdom Ways. Wisdom Ways. And the purpose why I wrote Wisdom Ways is that wisdom is very key in life. And a lot of people do not understand why their life is in disarray, in disorder, frustrated with life. And I had my own experience when I was a medical doctor, but was failing in life, was failing in marriage, failing in work, failing in business. And I went on a journey to discover why I am failing, yet I have got one of the best degrees that an African can get. I then discovered through my research and looking for answers for the solutions for my own life that I lacked wisdom. Yes, the university had given me academic eloquence and efficiency, but it did not give me wisdom for life. So I then realized that for me to succeed, there are things that I was not taught at school. There are things that I need to understand, and that is the wisdom of life. And that wisdom of life is what I have put in this book, Wisdom Ways. So when you get this book, expect to get how the power of wisdom. Expect to understand how to get the wisdom. Expect to learn how to apply the wisdom. I love this book. You need to get it. And not only that, at some point in my life, I was a total failure. Things were not working. Even my parents or my mother thought I was going to abuse and blow my life chances. And a lot of things were said about me, negative things. Negative things were said by my own family. Negative things were said by my own classmates. Negative things were said by the people that were in my neighborhood. And one of the things that I've realized is that affects words and actions, experiences, affect how you then view yourself. And I then wrote a book, The Power of SelfEsteem. The Power of SelfEsteem. Because I realized that if your self-esteem is low, you can never become what you were created to become. When your self-esteem is low, you can never rise and exhibit the totality of the giftings that are tabernacled within your body, within your mind, and within your reach. So, because one of the things that I've also seen is that low self-esteem will put a cap, will put a limitation on what you can become, what you will do, who you will say, where you will stay. Your aspirations, your dreams are all kept by self-esteem. So in this book, I go and teach people how you can self-evaluate and see where your self-esteem is. And if your self-esteem is low, I then go and then give you steps and ways how you can raise that self-esteem. This is so important because people have, through life experiences, they get raped, they get abused, they get all negative words. And if they do not break through in understanding the power of low self-esteem, it will become a cap to the rest of their life. So this book is so powerful. You need to get it if you're suffering from low self-esteem. The Power of SelfEsteem. Now, the third book that I'm going to launch today is called The Edenic Life. The Edenic Life. Now, a lot of people might say, what is that? I went and did a study on the original plan of God for a human being. Not just a Christian, but for a human being. And the original plan of God, you see it in the book of Genesis, which is the first book, the book of beginnings. So in that premise, we then encounter how man was supposed to live. And man was supposed to live in a place called Eden. So Eden was a place, was a location. And so in this book, I then look at the architecture of Eden. I look at the environment of Eden. I look at how man was created to thrive in luxury, to thrive where there were 4 rivers flowing with water, where there was gold, where there were precious stones. I then realized that God created man to live in opulence, to live in success. But we don't see it often now. So in this book, I say it's time for us to go back to the original plan of God, the Edenic life. It's powerful. You need to get this. Immediately after I wrote this book, I realized and said, why are people not living the potential that God had created them? Why are people not exhibiting and not practicing and not releasing the potential that they have? I realized that a lot of people are sleeping. So I wrote a book called Do Not Sleep. Do not sleep. So everywhere I go, I see people sleeping on their job. I see wives sleeping. I see men, husbands sleeping. I see children sleeping. So in this book, it's a wake-up call to wake everybody to their new, to their new and God-given expectation, and say, you are not what you are experiencing, how you are currently living is below what God created you to become. And the reason why you are so comfortable with it is because you are asleep. When you wake up, when your eyes open, and to realize who you really are, to realize your potential, to realize that opportunities are coming in your life every day. They are coming in your life in seasons. They are coming in your life every year. They are coming in your life every 31st of December. You are getting a new opportunity, but people are continuing to sleep. So when you continue to sleep, you will never achieve what you need to achieve. You will never achieve the greatness. You will never achieve the promotion. You will never achieve the relevance. You will never achieve the influence. So in this book, Don't Sleep, I'm calling to men and women. I'm calling to the young and the old and say, wake up! It's time to wake up. It's time to live to your full realization. So I go through how you wake up your mind, how you wake up your dream, how you wake up your actions, how you wake up your environment so that it can feed and give you what you desire. Don't Sleep. It's a very interesting book. I love it. Now, the 5th book I'm going to launch is called The Foundations of Wealth. The Foundations of Wealth. And I believe that this book is coming out at the right time. This whole week, since the weekend, we have been having a lot of debates on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, on the source of wealth. And from an African perspective, wealth, you can only become wealthy when you are using some black magic, when you've got some snake which is vomiting some US dollars, when you're using something. But I want to say that wealth is a God idea. In fact, in his word, he says, all the silver and the gold is mine. So is God wicked if he owns all the gold? And I want to say this, that there are ways to become wealthy the right way. And in this book, I go step by step to look at the foundations of wealth according to the purpose and the plan of God. And so I am saying people can become wealthy in the right way. And if you do not know how, a lot of people were asking, how, where can I get the information? And that information is in this book, The Foundations of Wealth. The last book that I wrote, it's almost the same like the 5th one. It is called Biblical Entrepreneurship. Biblical entrepreneurship. Now, the reason why I love this book is I go through the journey of scriptures and to see how God is a businessman. There are so many parables where he teaches business principles. Even Jesus went on to say, I am up to do my Father's business. So I want to say that there is biblical entrepreneurship. And in this book, I then go and say, how do you structure your business the Bible way? How do you run it? How do you start it? How do you grow it? All those things that you need to successfully to run your business, as a Christian businessman. And in this book, I put down principles that I use to run my business. So, biblical entrepreneurship goes very well together with the fifth book, Building Foundations of Wealth. So these two books are very important. As you can see, these books, I wrote them in a special way. They're not thick books. They're actually very small books. And the whole hope is, I've realized one thing as I read books. I've read over 2,500 books outside the medicinal books. So I've read so many books, probably over 3,000 books in my lifetime now. And I saw that people buy big books to put on libraries, but people read small books. So these 6 books are 6 short books. You can read them in one day. If you are an avid reader, you can read them in 1 hour. And what we are saying that we want you to learn the principles. We want you to remember the principles by the time you get to the end of the book so that you can apply it. It's not just a matter of reading, but it's a matter of applying and gleaning on the wisdom and the knowledge that is contained in these books. Now, these books are available for pre-order, and you can pre-order in our website, and the details are coming out on the screen right now. And you can speak to our office, and you can pre-order, and you can order for your members, you can order for your children, you can order for your wife, you can order for your husband. And I want you to read these books, be blessed, and become what God created you to become. May God bless you. This is your mentor, your pastor, Dr. S.M. CHIRISA.